The horror! The horror! Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most embarrassing moments caught on live TV.
I want to kiss you. I couldn't care less about the team struggling.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most mortifying moments that were forever immortalized on live television. We're focusing on funny, embarrassing moments that make you chuckle, so we've excluded anything that would make us feel too uncomfortable and would defeat the purpose of the list. Number 10, Kanyegate. This clip has been viewed so many times that we doubt it needs any context at this point. For the slim minority who aren't familiar with Kanyegate though, the 2009 VMA Awards were defined by a single moment. Winning Best Female Video for You Belong With Me, Taylor Swift's acceptance speech was hijacked by Kanye West, who declared Beyoncé the rightful victor.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyoncé had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
While Beyoncé gave Swift a chance to give a real acceptance speech at the end of the ceremony, this was far from the last word. This cringe-inducing interruption continues to follow Beyoncé, West, and Swift, who talked about it in her 2020 documentary, Miss Americana. Its prominence over a decade later is a testament to how awkward the incident was and still is.
It was so echoey in there. At the time, I didn't know they were booing him doing that. I thought that they were booing me.
Number 9, no Spideysense. Building up hype for the Amazing Spider-Man 2, everyone's favorite web slinger swung into Good Morning America. The bit was simple enough. Spidey lands on a balcony, journalist Sarah Haynes falls back, and he catches her as she faints. As she pretended to pass out though, Haynes slipped through Spider-Man's hands and hit the floor.
For the moment, I can say I met...
By the time Spider-Man sprang into action, Haynes had already made an uncomfortable thud. Although the two were able to laugh it off and even make fun of it, this obviously wasn't the real Spider-Man because his reflexes are terrible.
I don't know if he survived the fall. I am great. He's apologized profusely.
The moment is only made more ironic when you consider Gwen Stacy's fate in the movie that they were promoting. Good thing this stunt didn't take place in a clock tower. Number 8, fashion forecast. Various meteorologists have learned the hard way that you're not supposed to wear green in front of a green screen. Green's not the only color that blends in with this technology, however. For a weather segment on LA's KTLA 5 News, Liberté Chan wore a white dress with a coral design.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Where's the green?
Instead of clear skies, the segment became all about Chan's dress. This wasn't the last time Chan's fashion led to an awkward moment.
Dress by Chris Burrows.
Oh my God, it's like swimming.
It's a tent.
During another forecast, Chan was asked to put on a sweater while wearing a cocktail dress.
You want me to put this on? Why? Because it's
We
cold?
get a lot of emails.
Chan later clarified that she was playing along with a spontaneous joke, but Sweatergate nonetheless ignited a storm of controversy. Number 7, not a treasured moment. This is a classic that never really gets old or wears out its cringe factor. Back in the 80s, TV personality and journalist Geraldo Rivera centered his whole live special around opening long-gone mobster Al Capone's secret vault.
Well, tonight, for the first time, that vault is going to be open live.
Massive, scandalous treasure awaited. Well, things didn't go exactly as planned, since said vault was opened live on air only to reveal, well, a whole lot of nothing.
It turns out we haven't found very much, at least not yet.
It's not like tens of millions of viewers had tuned in to watch, right? Talk about mortifying. But it didn't derail Geraldo's career, so there's that, we guess.
Thank you for watching. I promised all the critics that if we didn't find anything, I'd sing a song. So, Chicago, that toddling town. All right, I'm going. I'll see you.
Number 6, pole position. A true journalist doesn't let anything get in their way. Canadian reporter Kent Mulgat demonstrated this when he questioned an evasive and ornery attorney trying to walk away from him. But in the middle of his pursuit, Mulgat walks straight into a metal pole. Ouch.
Already said I will not be making any comment. Oh my God, that hurt.
The impact is so alarming that the person he was pursuing even stops to check on him. Mulgat actually stayed on his feet, which is impressive, but the impact probably cost him a pair of glasses, if not a concussion. Now, that's a good example of impactful reportage. Number 5. Sour grape nuts. Live on air, Connecticut meteorologist Scott Haney noticed what appeared to be grape nuts on the floor. So naturally, he helped himself to the free cereal, much to the disgust of his colleagues. Munching on the treat, Haney almost immediately regretted his decision. It wasn't until later, however, that Haney realized just how big of a mistake he'd made. There's a reason why these grape nuts tasted like soggy shoes.
They taste like shoes.
Oh,
I smell feet.
I smell feet.
They were actually cat vomit that Haney accidentally tracked into the studio. This raises so many questions. Why would you eat food off the ground on live television, no less? Why would you announce to viewers at home that you just ate feline barf?
I thought it was grape nuts. I ate cat vomit. Right here on television.
Above all else, who eats grape nuts without milk? That's just barbaric. Number 4. Jetpack fail. We'd all love to try out a water-powered jetpack, but if you're not careful, you're sure to end up all wet. At a San Diego boat show, a man named John was eager to show off what the Jetlev R200 jetpack could do. A little too eager, it would seem, as he launched the pack after barely giving reporter Matt Johnson a heads up.
And it starts right now.
With Matt still standing in close proximity, John took off into the water, nearly knocking the journalist over in the process. As John went underwater, the broadcast cut back to the studio, where the anchors were unable to contain their laughter and shock. John would eventually get his contraption up and running, but even the whole flight was funny.
Oh my gosh! What is that? What is that?
Number 3. Conan correction. Conan O'Brien went to Harvard, and don't you forget it. Nevertheless, Jennifer Garner thought she'd outwitted the Ivy League alumnus in a 2003 interview. Talking about the spy skills Garner had picked up from Alias, Conan used snuck in a sentence, only for Garner to correct his word choice.
But there's a time when you snuck into the room to see what the...
I sneaked into the room. Snuck isn't a word, Conan, and you went to Harvard and you should know that.
In the moment, Garner felt on top of the world as the audience applauded while Conan glanced down in shame. It was Conan who got the last laugh, however, as he whipped out a dictionary later in the show. As it turns out, snuck is a word, and he couldn't resist rubbing it in Garner's face.
Oh, what the hell? Look right here! Snuck, past and past part of sneak.
Conan reveled in this triumph with maniacal laughter, but backed off upon remembering that Garner could take him in a fight.
Wait, you know what? I just realized you could kick my ass.
Number 2. End of the universe. Before there was the Academy Awards mix-up, there was this infamous Miss Universe pageant. The night boiled down to 2 contestants, Pia Alonso Wurzbach from the Philippines and Ariadna Gutierrez from Colombia. With everyone watching in anticipation, host Steve Harvey announced Gutierrez as the winner.
Colombia!
With her sash and crown, Gutierrez was able to enjoy this victory for about a minute, until Harvey returned to the stage. It turned out that Gutierrez was the first runner-up, meaning that Wurzbach was the true Miss Universe.
The first runner-up is Colombia.
Although the crowd continued to cheer, it was impossible not to cringe as Harvey explained his mistake while Gutierrez passed the crown to Wurzbach, who clearly was not sure how to feel about all this.
This is exactly what's on the card. I will take responsibility for this. It was my mistake. It was on the card. Horrible mistake, but the right thing, I can show it to you right here.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Ashlee Lipsyncing. Jude Law hosted this SNL episode, but everyone was talking about the musical guest Ashlee Simpson. After a smooth and steady performance of Pieces of Me, Simpson and the audience started to experience deja vu. Instead of singing Autobiography with her band, the vocals for Pieces of Me started again.
On a Monday, I am waiting. Tuesday, I am fading.
Simpson attempted to salvage the performance with a jig, but it was no use. Everyone knew that she'd been lip-syncing. This was apparently because Simpson had been suffering from acid reflux disease, although it was hard to escape this moment once it was out there. Getting embarrassed on live TV is one thing, but having it happen on a show as high profile as SNL is every celebrity's worst nightmare. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.